Alright, so in this video we're going to demonstrate how to use the layout with Java Swing, right? So we're gonna talk about flow layout. So it's like a flow, like if you add button one go to the first, and then you add button 2, like exactly like that, like flow like that, and so on. Okay. Now when you pretty much minimize the windows, it just collapse and button just move down to like here, that button 3, and it's gonna collapse down. Okay. Now that's flow layout, and we have grid layout. Grid pretty much just like your phone pad, like keypad, right? So you have it as a table, like Excel as a table. Then you can pick like location, row, and column. First you set 2 rows, 2 columns, so that means you have that grid. And then you can just specify like button can go to index 0 and 0, row 0s, column 0s. This is 1 1, just like there, like button 2. If you want the button to go to that location, then it's gonna be 0 1, right? Those are just index. Like this is gonna be like 1 and 0, right? Like that index 1 and 0. Okay. So that is the grid layout, like table. Now with column and rows, right? Border layout. Border layout is you have like location. Location could be north, west, center, east, and south. You can put the button to the north, to the center, like you can move around. Button 1 can go to north, button 2 can be west, 3, 4, button 5, something like that, location of them. So we can control the look and feel of your graphic user interface. That's what it is. Now let's see in the code then. Like this is a default. Default, you don't really need to set anything for flow layout, but we could. Let me show you not setting anything yet and try to add second button. Right, button 2, right? And same, keep adding button 3. Now this is example just for the button. You can add like text field label. Just do like J text field or J label. That's pretty much the same. In the parentheses, just put the contents for the text field or the label. Alright, so that's it. This is flow. So by default, we're not setting anything. Oops. Let's recompiling it. I just keep adding them, right? Let's say expects. Oh yeah, missing another parenthesis. Something not right. It didn't save the change because of this. E, right? So just say button 2, button 3. Recompiling this. Okay, so run it. Alright, so like I said, right? See, if it's like that, because of the window size, that's why if I make it a little bit larger, you should be able to see. Like, maybe change that to 500, 175. Like that, right? So that's flow layout. The first one go first, second, and third, like what I said here, right? If you collapse it, you see it's just falling down like that. It's button 3 will fall down, right? So that's the default, which if you want to actually make sure it's the flow layout, you can do dot set layout, which is the basic of the other layout. So let me show you. It's going to pretty much do the same thing, but I just try to show you how to set layout. The panel by default is flow layout, but JFrame by default is the border layout. So that's why panel I don't have to set layout, but if I could, I just say new flow layout. It's pretty much just a class, so you can just do new as a parameter and put it in there, right? Okay. So now we need to import because it's a class, so just import java x.swing.flow layout. So let's recompiling this. Okay, so it's say maybe the package not correct. Let me check where it's supposed to be. To check the package, we pretty much just go to Google and look at Java doc flow layout Java, and then it should. This is not Java doc. This is just how to use it. Which if I look at example code, I should be able to find out. Oh, this is import everything. Flow layout is caps L. Swing. It could be under. Let's get the Java doc then. Java doc. Java AWT, not Swing. So I have a wrong package. Yeah, like I covered on last chapter, lecture or last videos, we talk about like they have AWT first, and Java X is just expanding version of AWT, which still use some of the package from AWT, and then we just have Java FX now. So that's why flow layout actually part of AWT. Alright, so no errors. So that's how we check the package. Same thing like I said, right? Because by default it's flow layout. Now, but since we know how to use flow layout, how to set it in the code, so then we can just change into the other two layouts that we're gonna learn, which is border and grids, right? So let's look at the easy one first, which is, I mean, both of them are easy, which you can just do change to new layout, right? And then you can set the size, how many rows, how many columns, rows, columns. So let me make it a little bit different, 3 rows, 2 columns. So now when you add, you can specify where you want to put it to, right? Now you can start to add to the panel, like panel.add. It's going to add by order 1, 2, 3, 4, like 3 rows, 2 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is applet. We learned applet before, pretty much the same thing, but you can just lay out. But for our panel, we just do panel.add like that. So let's do without specify location, but you could specify location too. Like this is gonna be okay, right? It's gonna be ordered like okay, button 2, button 3 at the bottom, and so on. So let me just add just 3 buttons and see what happened first. Grid layout has to be import, so let's import that because we changed to grid now, not flow. Alright, so let me just keep adding more button then, because it's very easy by just copy and paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's recompile and rerun this. Right, that right? So that's the difference now. It's no longer flow. So the order just the one that go first. Right. In grid layout, if you want to specify location of the buttons, you can just switch around this by order. That's one way. Now, let's see if we can do like set location. Like this one, but just with the window, so I'm not sure we can do that. Let's try row and column. So specify if we don't want to be always on 0. Let's say 1. By default it's 0, 0, right? 1, 1. And 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this should be, let's just test that one first. Now we need to set path. Just copy and paste. Java C button in SwingLayout. No. This should be 0, 0, right? Let's try, yeah, let's try 2, 2 then. What happened when I close this program stay, huh? So seems like the set location doesn't do what we expected. Now let's look at border layout. So instead of grid, we just say border. So we don't need to provide row and columns anymore. And we just import border. And now when we add, we can just specify location like border. We call border layout dot north, like to the north. This is constant, so we can just say border layout dot south, right? That's how you add into the location that you want. Border layout dot east, and so north, south, east, west, and center. Now we can just test the program to see if it's what we expected. There you go. Right, north, east, west, south, and